was Sunday morning, the 20th of February. I had checked the cow the Saturday night. I know she was carrying twins, kind of. And I had checked it 1:30 Sunday morning. And then she was lying down chewing her cud. And I says, there's no fear you till morning, kind of. And I went down, I got up, I was down at 7:30 Sunday morning. And then I just went in, not expecting anything. And then I just went in the pin just over her. And there she was, lying, and two calves standing in front of her. And then I says, "Grand, God, you have your job done," kind of. And then whatever side I gave, I seen a third little one lying by her side. So God, I had to go around and I put up the little one that was, and I put the three of them together. And sure, I was there in amazement looking at the tree, kind of. And I heard the little bear, and I know that it didn't come from under me. And the pin opened out onto a small little yard. And I went out, and there was the fourth one outside in the yard. Well, I just couldn't believe it. I was stunned. I couldn't believe that the four had come from the one mother. So I rang in there. He's in night duty, so he was only just home from work. But I asked him, I told him that the cow had calved to come down to me. So he came down, and I met him in the yard, and I said, you'll see something now. I said that you'll never again see in your lifetime. And he came in, and sure, he couldn't believe it that the forum was, and he kept asking me, was it the one cow had him? and there was nothing else kind of with the one mother. But anyway, we brought the 4 calves over to another shed, over to a pin. And I was saying to him that the mother was lying, that she was probably down. And then we were kind of planning what would we do. And we went back to see her anyway, and she was coming out the door against us, walking grinder. So that was it. She was put over long at home, and no bother ever since, kind of. The Mia, Jenny, Fluffy, and Rosie. And then Mia is the most important one. She's my little farm manager. So she named Mia, and she named the rest of them as well. But we had a row then over Fluffy. She didn't want him called Fluffy, but I don't know why he did. But it stuck in her anyway. We have sure that they'll be dolled up better for the ploughing though. We have the head collars for them and their names on them, so they'll be looking at their Sunday best at the ploughing. Initially, the mother, she hadn't much patience. She wouldn't have enough patience for 4. But I got Pat Donoghue. He's a friend of mine, a neighbour. He's a dairy herd. I got all the patience I wanted from him, kind of, and they were right healthy from the word go, like. So I got a second cow then that took 3 of them. She took on 3 of them, and the mother reared 1 of them. So, and that's the way it has been during the year. But as the year went on, they went everywhere. They sucked every mother, kind of, or every cow. But of course, as the year went on, then I got them into feed, kind of. And then, as you can see, it is Grinham's. Nuggets. I was there, and the coarse ration I was giving them. And by God, there is some miracle in it, the way the little calves have done in it since they started eating, kind of. Yeah, that's the mother. She's a 9-year-old, cross Hereford. And the bull, he was a cottage Devon. And then he was supposed to be a hard calf, but by God, I never found anything hard about him. But unfortunately, he's gone from here. But of course, they're coming up to Wayne now. They'll be saying goodbye to Mammy soon now. It was serious to see what, once the news broke that they were quads and they were so rare. There was streams of people all the time, nearly day and night for a month. There did over 2,000 people called to the little farm, my own little farm at home, kind of, to see him. And then what I got most kick out of was the little children that came and had taken photos of them and wanting their names and the whole lot of it. Little children that never on a farm before. Well, I suppose Mahar is the townland where I live, and I suppose it was the first, quads are the first for it, but I suppose the bishop was first for it. Fintan Monaghan, Reverend Fintan Monaghan, he called to see him on the Sunday. So there you couldn't get it anything better than that, could you? Oh, they're as healthy as toads, they're not bothering them. Oh, they have tough every day since they were born. Never look back. Never once did they look back. The only time they got wicked to me was when I dehorned them. They took offence to me for about a week that time, but I have friends made with them again since. They're gone over 200 kilos, all of them. 250 kilos, I'd say. I just keep them going as they are, like, and then hopefully they put them, I'll breed them and coming up in 2-year-olds, kind of. As it so happened in the early days of it, John O'Gorman in Kilfenora, County Clair, is my feed merchant. And as it happened, Martin Garvey, the sales manager, marketing manager, was down with him. And on the days that all the visitors coming, Martin and John O'Gorman landed to me. So he asked me at that stage, would I be interested in going to the ploughing with him? And I was only interested in keeping them living at them days, kind of. But as it turned out anyway, Martin said that they'd sponsor him for the feed for the year. So by God, they have done well in it anyway, in Grenham's Nuggets, as I've said before. But they have done mighty, kind of, and I'm delighted that John O'Gorman. And as I'm saying it, I don't know, the interview, I'd like to thank the Burn Vids too. They stood with me. They were more interested in keeping them living than I was, kind of. John Underhill and the two girls here there at the time. So it was nearly a community effort to rear these calves, kind of.